Skyrim could be about to get even more DLC over a decade after Dragonborn, but chances are, not everyone is going to like it. Hey, welcome to the channel, and let's have a dive into why a lot of players think one of the most re-released games in history is about to get a fresh hit of DLC. Elder Scrolls 6 is still God's knows how many years away, so providing a little bit extra to Skyrim might not be a terrible move. And especially since Bethesda are doing their best to land the 5th installment of the Elder Scrolls onto basically every console they possibly can, it makes sense they try and maintain some interest in Skyrim while Elder Scrolls 6 spends a bit more time in the oven. But before you go dreaming about new places to explore, new monsters to fight, and new magic to discover, don't get too excited yet. This DLC isn't quite hitting the heights of Dawnguard or Dragonborn if the evidence is to be believed. The evidence in question, found and widely shared by YouTuber Juicehead, is buried in the code of the Skyrim Steam page and suggests that there could be some new content ready to come to the game. The code seems to hint that some kind of new marketplace could be heading to the decade-old RPG. Not a marketplace in-game, you understand, where you might be able to purchase some new exotic items maybe, but a marketplace that many are theorising will allow all players to access paid mods. Now, before you start, yes, the game's more recent versions have all featured the Creation Club by default, which allows players to access free mods anyway. So why are Bethesda looking at adding paid mods, and what possible benefit could they, or indeed the player base, gain from it? Well, paid mods when they're free elsewhere has worked for games in the past. Minecraft for consoles linked up with Jurassic World and Batman, for example, adding new paid content to the game when very similar mods were available for free online for PC players. But Skyrim isn't exactly Minecraft, is it? And Skyrim is now a decade old with the same old tired mechanics we've all got used to. Combine that with the fact that the last proper DLC we actually got was Dragonborn's release all the way back in 2013, and while it was great, there's been nothing of substance since. Unless you count Elder Scrolls Online, which we don't. So you can imagine paid mods for a 12-year-old game might cause a bit of backlash if it looks like Bethesda are trying to cash in on the last vestiges of goodwill this classic game still has, before Elder Scrolls 6 finally puts the most beaten dead horse in gaming history out of its misery. Don't get me wrong, I love Skyrim and all who still fly its flag, and would love some DLC to round off this iconic RPG adventure, but in the form of somewhere to explore, another quest to complete, or one final monster to slay. I'm just not sure paid mods are quite gonna cut it in 2023. So there you go, that's what we know about the possible upcoming Skyrim DLC. Were we right? Do you think it's a bad idea? Or is new content good content when it comes to Skyrim? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're into older games with a new lick of paint, check out this video on the Dead Space remake. Thanks for watching.